Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Unless you're new, then hi, welcome to my channel. I'm sorry I've been a little bit gone for the last few weeks. I'm going to explain to you why. Just need to go get it so I can show you. So, hello everyone. This is little Otis. He's a miniature dachshund. Oh, and he's doing a big yawn. And he's incredibly cute, but I'm literally a full-time dog mum at the moment, so I hope you understand why I've been a little bit here, there and everywhere at the moment. He loves belly rubs, cuddles and leaves. Should I put you back in your bed? Oh, I think that was a yes. But anyway, we're gonna get straight on with today's video, which is what I watched in September. We're already in October. This year is just disappearing right in front of my eyes. But yeah, we're gonna get straight on into it with all the TV and films we watched in the month of September. So starting off with TV, as I always do, the first thing was Clickbait. Now, Clickbait feels like a lifetime ago since I watched it. It's your typical crime drama, and it's about this girl's brother being kidnapped and blackmailed online. If it gets, I think it was 5 million views, they will kill him. Obviously, because it's like a mystery killer thing, I don't want to spoil it for you guys so you can watch it. But honestly, what I thought of this was it's kind of pretty average. Like, it's on the same line as every show that is like that. I didn't think there was anything too special about it. I know a lot of people really raved about it, but I'm also not the target audience of like true crime. I'm not a true crime fan because it just heightens my anxiety even more. I can see why people really enjoyed it, but for me, I thought it was very average. It was fine. The next thing I watched is something that a lot of people have been talking about for ages, and for some reason I've only just started watching it, but I watched Outer Banks. Now this was a show that I can talk to you about. This was so good. I loved Outer Banks. If you have not watched it yet, 100% do it. If you've seen On My Block, it is that, but a more, I'm gonna say a better version, and I don't want anyone to come for me when I say that, but it is. It was on the same wavelength, the same kind of idea of story, but it was just executed that bit better. Plus everyone in it is absolutely gorgeous, which is ridiculous. But Outer Banks is about this mystery treasure that is buried somewhere, and these group of teenagers are going to try and find it and end up in a lot of trouble along the way. Again, don't want to tell you too much about it because I don't want to spoil it, but I just think it's really good. It's got like the teen romance in there, it's got the thrill, it's got drama, there's just like so many bits and bobs to it, but I was hooked on it. I loved it, and I'm excited for whenever the next season is because I thought it was really, really good. I then watched The Circle US season 3. Last month I spoke about season 2. That's how late I was to watching that one, but season 3 came out and I've watched that. The Circle is one of my favorite reality shows. I think it's so clever. I think it's so good. But The Circle is a reality show about a bunch of people going into a hotel completely alone with no one else, and all they have to do is chat to their competitors online using either their own profile or a fake one, depending on how they want to play the game. And the idea is the most popular will go home with $100,000. I think it's always so interesting because you never know how the final is going to turn out because of how people vote and how people gameplay. I just love it. It's a good bit of background TV noise. I just like The Circle, okay? It's a really good show. Then I watched Sex Education season 3. I love this show with my whole entire heart. I'm pretty sure 99.9% of you have watched this show and can fully agree about how good this is. But if you haven't, you need to watch it. But season 3 again was so good. It's one of the only TV shows or films or just anything I've watched where I forgive there being too many characters because all of them actually have a reason to be in it and they all have their story that means something. This show is written and made absolutely perfectly. There's just something about it. And this season was no different. I mean, It was so wholesome, it was really good. I loved the new characters in it as well. I then watched the last and final season of Lucifer, which was season 6. Now, I spoke about Lucifer last thinking it was the last season, and it wasn't. So this was a really good ending for me because I thought the last season was the ending and I was like, what is this ending? It's awful. It's been very controversial. Some people don't like the ending, some people do. I personally quite like the ending. I thought it fit quite well with the show. But the last season was good. It was a nice little round off of the whole entire thing. If you haven't watched Lucifer, it's about Lucifer, king of hell, who wants to just be a human. He comes onto Earth and he falls in love with a human, gets a human job and everything like that. It's obviously a little bit cheesy, but I don't care about that. I like a bit of cheese sometimes, and it was just fun, uplifting. And Bob the Drag Queen was in it for a bit, and I was like, oh, hello. And the final TV show I watched is something that everyone, and I mean literally everyone, has been talking about, and that is Squid Game. Now, I actually watched this before there was a hype, just to let you know. I saw the trailer on Netflix the day that it came out and I watched it and I was like, ooh, pretty colours, this looks fun. And I just liked the idea of the trailer, so I decided to watch it. And then like 3 days later, everyone was talking about it. Like literally everyone was talking about it. For the right reasons though, because this show is one of the best things I've watched in so long. It's a Korean TV program, but Squid Game is so good. Not only is it like, it sounds so weird because of what the show is, but it's aesthetically pleasing, which I always enjoy. I loved the concept of this, like absolutely loved the concept of it. And sometimes when something is such a good concept, they can't execute it correctly, but this was done so well. Like it might be a little bit predictable, but for the most part, it wasn't, and if it was, I didn't care because it was just done so well. So Squid Game is about a load of people that are in debt and they need to somehow pay off this debt. Everything sucks in life because they're so far into debt. So they all get contacted by these people to join a game, and then it turns out to be something completely different. Obviously, if you haven't seen it, I'm sure you have, but if you haven't, don't want to spoil it for you because I went in knowing absolutely nothing and I think this is the best way to go into it. But I've actually watched it twice now because I watched it on my own once and then with my boyfriend as well because he wanted to watch it and I'd already seen it, but I was like, I'll watch it again. Moving on to films of this month. I watched a few more films this month, which is quite nice. I like to sit down and watch a film. I feel like next month though, I'm gonna watch so many films because obviously it's Halloween month. The first thing I watched was Free Guy, and I watched this in the cinema. This is with Ryan Reynolds and Jodie Comer? I'm really gonna get hated on if I don't say that right. So Free Guy was something that honestly I wasn't really wanting to watch, but I just wanted to go to the cinema and my boyfriend wanted to watch it, so we went and saw it. I was really pleasantly surprised. I very much enjoyed it actually. It was really good. It's about this guy who is an NPC, so a non-playable character in a video game, but they have absolutely no idea they're in a video game, and he basically comes to life in this game and he's living his own life. But I just thought, again, the concept was good, it was different, it was fun, it was so fun, it was funny, and it was just an easy, light watch. I then watched Cinderella, which recently came out. It's got Camila Cabello as Cinderella in it, James Corden is in it. The only reason that I'm not gonna say this was the worst film ever is because of James Acaster. I'm not the biggest fan of musicals, and this was just one giant musical of Cinderella, but like girl boss Cinderella. In my notes I wrote oof and nothing else. Cinderella's been so overdone. I don't know how many more versions I can simply watch of Cinderella, and this one was just not one of the good ones. The girl bossing. So yeah, I wouldn't necessarily recommend watching Cinderella, but it was a bit of a hate watch, not gonna lie. I then watched The Voyeurs, which is on Prime Video. This had Sydney Sweeney in it, so obviously I have to watch it because I love Sydney Sweeney. I watch like everything that she's in. This was surprisingly very good. I didn't know what I was getting into. I didn't know what kind of film it was, whether it was a romance, whether it was thriller, whether it was a comedy. I had absolutely no idea. This is like a thriller kind of film. It's very, again, a great concept. I've watched some things with great concepts at the moment and executed really, really well as well. I just thought it was really good and very, very clever. It may not seem like that exciting or anything like that, but it is. It's really, really good. So it's about this new couple that have moved into this flat and they basically spy on the flat opposite them that they can see, and that's all I'm gonna say because again I don't want to spoil it. There's a lot of things I don't want to spoil in this one because you just need to go watch it and see for yourself. I then watched on Prime Video Everyone's Talking About Jamie, which is the film adaptation of the musical. Like I said earlier, I'm not the biggest musical fan, so I didn't go in expecting to absolutely love it. I knew that already. I'm very aware of like when I'm gonna watch something and no, I'm not gonna think it's the most amazing thing ever. But it was good, it was entertaining, it was, I wanna say light, but it's not light as such. It's not even feel good, but it's feel good, but it's not feel good. If that makes any sense at all. So Everyone's Talking About Jamie is about this boy called Jamie who wants to be a drag queen. That's all they want in life. They're just desperate to be a drag queen and that is what they're trying to make happen throughout the film. And then the last thing I watched in September, God, I watched quite a few things this month, was the film Till Death. Now this only just came out on Netflix and this has Megan Fox in it and it's a thriller, so of course I had to watch it. So Megan Fox is married to this man who isn't the greatest to her. Like they're kind of both a bit done with each other and they're both kind of having affairs with other people, but it's all about the husband wanting to rekindle their love together by taking her away on their wedding anniversary to give her a really nice night and everything like that. And then it just takes a 180 turn. Again, can't tell you much, but it is a thriller. I didn't really expect anything more from this film than what it was, because as much as I love Megan Fox, I love her so much. I think she's incredible and she's gorgeous and everything like that, but the films that she's in are never like, it's never like Oscar worthy, you know? But it was very like, oh, almost caught, not quite, oh, almost again. Not quite. Oh, almost again. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this gives you a few different things that you want to check out. If so, let me know down below in the comments. But yeah, thank you for being patient with me. I'm sure you completely understand why, but thank you so much, and I will hopefully see you again very soon.